Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff, and this is our daily lectionary readings for Monday, April 17th, 2023. Our psalm reading today is Psalm 114. Our Old Testament reading is the book of Judges, chapter 6, verses 36 through 40. And then our New Testament reading comes from the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verses 12 through 20. We'll be reading out of the Message today. Let us listen in. Psalm 114. After Israel left Egypt, the clan of Jacob left those barbarians behind. Judah became holy land for him, Israel the place of the holy rule. Sea took one look and ran the other way. River Jordan turned around and ran off. The mountains turned playful and skipped like rams. The hills frolicked like spring lambs. What's wrong with you? See that you ran away. And you, River Jordan, that you turned and ran off. And mountains, why did you skip like rams? And you hills, frolic like spring's lambs. Tremble, earth, you're in the Lord's presence, in the presence of Jacob's God. He turned the rock into a pool of cool water, turned flint into fresh spring water. Our Old Testament reading today comes from the book of Judges, chapter 6, verses 36 through 40. Gideon said to God, "If this is right, if you are using me to save Israel as you have said, then look, I'm placing a fleece of wool on the threshing floor. If dew is on the fleece only, but the floor is dry, then I know that you will use me to save Israel, as you said." That's what happened. When he got up early the next morning, he wrung out the fleece, enough dew to fill a bowl with water. Then Gideon said to God, "Don't be impatient with me, but let me say one more thing. I want to try another time with the fleece. But this time, let the fleece stay dry while the dew drenches the ground." God made it happen that very night. Only the fleece was dry while the ground was wet with dew. Our New Testament reading from 1 Corinthians 15, 12 through 20. Now, let me ask you something profound, yet troubling. If you became believers because you trusted the proclamation that Christ is alive, risen from the dead, how can you let people say that there is no such thing as a resurrection? If there's no resurrection, there is no living Christ. And face it, if there's no resurrection for Christ, everything we've told you is smoke and mirrors. And everything you staked your life on is smoke and mirrors. Not only that, but we would be guilty of telling a string of barefaced lies about God. All these affidavits we passed on to you, verifying that God raised up Christ, sheer fabrications if there is no resurrection. If corpse can't be raised, then Christ wasn't, because he was indeed dead. And if Christ weren't raised, then all you're doing is wandering around in the dark, as lost as ever. It's even worse for those who died hoping in Christ in resurrection, because they're already in the graves. If all we get out of Christ is a little inspiration for a few short years, we're a pretty sorry lot. But the truth is, Christ has been raised up, the first in a long legacy of those who are going to leave the cemeteries. And here ends our readings for the day.